And by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and I got snot coming out of my nose. And then I read the reason why Colleen wrote the movie. It was for her mother, who had a real life experience like this. She was Lily Bloom.
There was a damages argument that Amir Kalgrad did a great job on, and talked about the damages. One of the things that Ms. Lively was arguing for were actually, believe it or not, damages for her loss of damages for the sequel, that she didn't get to participate in the sequel on the movie.
This no longer looks like a temporary Hollywood scandal. It looks like someone who had massive influence pushed too hard, misjudged the fallout, and ended up damaging her own position while the person she challenged kept moving forward. What seemed like a major power play has now turned into one of the most talked about celebrity setbacks in recent years. Seriously, this situation escalated fast. Many people expected Blake Lively to come out of this with strong public support, while Justin Baldoni faded into the background. Instead, the opposite happened, and the reaction online has surprised a lot of observers. One of the wildest parts is how quickly industry support appeared to cool off once the headlines turned negative. In Hollywood, public backing can shift fast. When things are going well, everyone wants to be connected. When controversy arrives, some people suddenly keep their distance, and many viewers think that's exactly what happened here. The biggest twist involves "It Ends With Us." The film was a major success, generated plenty of discussion, and under normal circumstances, that kind of hit puts key stars in a strong position for future projects. That's usually how Hollywood works. But somewhere along the way, things changed dramatically. Blake went from promoting a successful movie to becoming part of a very public dispute with Justin Baldoni.
I think it's very easy to say, especially for us men, is when we maybe talk to somebody who's in this situation, or we read a book, or we hear a news story, the question that's always asked is, why did she stay? And that's the wrong question.
Yeah.
What we need to be asking ourselves is, why do men harm?
Yes.
Now, discussion around the franchise has shifted, and reports suggest Justin is focused on future plans while Blake's involvement remains uncertain. For many fans, that's the shocking part. A sequel tied to a successful film can be a huge opportunity. Meanwhile, Justin has largely stayed quiet, letting public discussion unfold on its own.
Lost damages on a movie that wasn't made would seem to me to be the most speculative type of damages that would almost be garbage. So is that the argument? What was the argument?
Well, some of the argument was, obviously that Wayfarer had the rights to the movie, so it was ultimately their decision to whether to make the sequel or not, and there was no, there was no decision made, and possibly the sequel could never be made.
While online debate about Blake continues to grow, reports claim he's already looking ahead to the sequel without her involvement at all. No reconciliation, no reunion, no effort to bring everyone back together. At least according to reports, that chapter appears closed. What makes the situation even tougher is that Justin Baldoni's production company reportedly controls the franchise rights. That means decisions about future projects may not depend on Blake's approval or support from industry insiders.
That certainly who was going to be in the sequel or not, and who was going to be participating and at what level, even if one was made, was some decision that wasn't even made yet. And in fact, Sony, who was a co-financier of the movie, Mr. Colgrad reported in court that Sony had referred to Blake Lively as a terrorist. And so there was no guarantee that Sony would want Blake Lively to be involved in the sequel, when you're referring to someone as a terrorist.
Justin can reportedly move forward with the franchise on his own terms, and that's a major shift in leverage. Reports have also claimed that Blake lost out on significant earnings connected to the sequel situation, with some estimates reaching around $35 million.
We're now at the final video of the complaint, and let's jump in. Where we left off is Justin Baldoni and his team allegedly formulating a retaliatory plan. It was May of 2024 where he allegedly told his team they needed a plan in case what happened on set went public. He even texted his publicist saying that Ryan Reynolds had blocked him on social media, stating we should have a plan for if she does the same when the movie comes out.
Whether people agree with those numbers or not, many observers see it as a costly outcome tied to a series of decisions that didn't go as planned. But one detail really grabbed people's attention: the silence. As criticism and debate spread online, many expected strong public support from celebrity friends, industry connections, or major public figures. Instead, there were very few high-profile statements, and that absence became part of the conversation. In Hollywood, public silence often gets noticed fast. When a star has strong industry backing, friends and colleagues sometimes speak up through interviews, social media posts, or supportive comments. In this case, many people felt that level of visible support was missing, which only fueled more speculation. Then there's the friendship angle. Blake's public image has long been linked to connections with some of the entertainment world's biggest names, including Taylor Swift. Their friendship became a major part of the celebrity spotlight, helping create an image of influence, exclusivity, and star power that attracted constant attention.
Blake Lively spent all day yesterday reposting to her Instagram stories these happy birthday tributes from her different friends. The reason this is interesting and ironic and so layered is because Taylor Swift was busy posting her engagement photos to Instagram and announcing to the world that she is recently engaged. Now, I assume that Taylor Swift got engaged a few weeks ago, a few days ago, and decided to make that post public now. But if these two were still in communications, Blake would have known Taylor's taking to Instagram to make this big public announcement, and Blake would have never spent all day reposting her birthday wishes.
Ever since the Justin Baldoni controversy exploded, people have been looking much more closely at Blake Lively's public relationships. Fans started dissecting every appearance, every missing photo, and every public interaction. Then rumors began circulating that Blake had supposedly bought a dress for a future Taylor Swift wedding before any official wedding announcement even existed.
Not to mention, Blake wasn't even one of the 29 million people to like or comment Taylor Swift's engagement photos. After all, I thought Taylor was one of Blake's dragons. The likes of Justin Timberlake, Reese Witherspoon, Gigi Hadid, Nina Dobrev were all liking Taylor Swift's engagement post. And normally it wouldn't come off as odd, except it's pretty clear that these two are not in any sort of contact at all anymore.
Social media hasn't been gentle either. Some users have pushed the narrative that Blake is relying heavily on high-profile friendships while facing criticism tied to her career. Once a storyline gains traction online, it can spread incredibly fast, whether it's accurate or not. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni has maintained a relatively calm public presence, and many people have noticed the contrast. As online debate around Blake continued, some commenters began portraying Justin as someone who weathered a difficult situation and emerged with stronger public support.
And I just thought if this could affect me in this way, then I can only imagine what it could do for women and people who are in this situation all over the world. Because all of us have a situation or a pattern that we need to end the cycle of.
That's a popular narrative online right now, regardless of whether everyone agrees with it. Justin's wife, Emily Baldoni, has also drawn attention during this period. Many observers praised her for remaining supportive and composed in public. In celebrity controversies, people often focus on family members, and her steady presence became part of the discussion surrounding Justin's image. At the same time, Ryan Reynolds has faced increased scrutiny. For years, he was widely viewed as one of Hollywood's most likable stars. But after Blake revealed in interviews that Ryan had contributed rewrites to scenes in It Ends With Us, some online critics started questioning how involved he was in the broader situation, adding another layer to the ongoing debate. That detail became a major talking point for many people. Suddenly, some critics argued it looked like Blake Lively was doing more than just starring in the film. After reports about Ryan Reynolds contributing rewrites, online speculation grew that creative influence behind the project may have been broader than audiences originally realized. Once that idea spread, the backlash intensified. Critics began claiming Blake treated the movie more like a personal showcase than a project centered on its original vision. Her press tour also drew heavy criticism. It Ends With Us deals with serious emotional themes, and many viewers noticed a contrast between how different people involved discussed the film. Justin Baldoni often focused on the story's message and emotional impact in interviews. Meanwhile, Blake's media appearances generated attention for discussions about fashion, styling, and promotional looks. Online commenters questioned whether the marketing matched the film's subject matter, and that perception became a turning point in public opinion. Now, some entertainment commentators claim Blake's career momentum has slowed significantly. There have been no major project announcements grabbing headlines, and in Hollywood, momentum can be everything. When public attention shifts elsewhere, the industry often moves quickly toward the next rising star. That brings us to the recent Vogue rumors. Speculation has been growing that a major magazine profile could help reshape Blake's public image. People are already predicting the formula: a polished cover shoot, a carefully managed interview, and discussions about growth, reflection, and moving forward. But social media users remain skeptical. Many are already asking the same question. If such a feature were to happen, what would be the reason for giving Blake a major spotlight right now when there are no major projects currently being promoted? No movie, no major comeback project, no big career momentum, at least not publicly. That's why many people believe a potential Vogue cover would be viewed less as a celebration of success and more as an image repair effort. Traditionally, those covers spotlight major cultural moments, blockbuster projects, or highly influential public figures. At the same time, financial rumors involving Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have added another layer to the discussion. Reports circulated alleging unpaid contractor disputes connected to a home project while the couple continued making appearances at high-profile events. Those claims sparked strong reactions online, especially from people already dealing with financial pressures in their own lives. In Hollywood, that can be a serious challenge. Controversy alone rarely ends a career these days. Many stars have recovered from major scandals. The bigger problem comes when audiences stop feeling invested enough to defend you, and critics argue that's where Blake's situation has become complicated. Meanwhile, public sympathy in many online spaces has shifted toward Justin Baldoni. Throughout the controversy, Justin maintained a relatively calm public approach, avoided highly public confrontations, and focused on messages of peace and healing. Whether intentional or not, many people believe that strategy worked in his favor. As a result, some online commentators now frame Justin as someone who endured a difficult Hollywood dispute and emerged with stronger public support. That perception has encouraged many people to rally behind him even more. The timing of certain legal developments also sparked discussion. Because updates reportedly surfaced during Met Gala weekend, some social media users speculated that the timing helped keep the story from dominating entertainment headlines. Others dismissed those theories entirely, but the conversation gained traction nonetheless. Instead of looking powerful, Blake Lively started looking like someone trying to regain control of a story that had already taken on a life of its own. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni's public image appeared to strengthen because many people viewed him as the less reactive figure in the controversy. Ryan Reynolds has also become part of the conversation. Before all this, he had one of the safest reputations in Hollywood. Funny, charming, and widely liked. But after reports that he contributed rewrites to It Ends With Us, some audiences began questioning how involved he was behind the scenes. That detail fueled speculation and changed how some people viewed the situation. That's why this controversy has been such a challenge for Blake and Ryan's brand. Their appeal was built heavily on likability, and once that image takes a hit, rebuilding trust becomes much harder. Hollywood pays close attention to these moments too. Studios want projects that generate excitement, not endless controversy and distracting headlines. Because of that, some industry watchers believe Blake's career momentum has slowed significantly. Not permanently, but enough that a major comeback would likely require a strong new project and a fresh public narrative. Hollywood loves a comeback story, but earning one takes time. What makes this situation so striking is how quickly public opinion can change. One moment, a celebrity is being celebrated, and the next, they're facing intense online scrutiny. Social media accelerates everything, turning debates into headlines almost overnight. Right now, a popular online narrative paints Justin Baldoni as someone who weathered the storm and moved forward, while Blake faces ongoing criticism tied to the controversy. Whether that perception is fair or not, it continues to dominate discussions across social media and entertainment circles. At this stage, many observers believe time may be Blake's biggest ally. Public attention eventually shifts, new stories emerge, and audiences move on. But for now, This controversy remains closely tied to her public image, making every future career move a topic of intense discussion. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Blake can eventually rebuild her image? Or has this controversy changed public perception for good?